always say there is a big difference between wishing for a thing and working to get that thing done. There is just a very, very thin line between you trying to get something done, you're just trying to daydream to get something done, and you're actually putting in the work. It's a very thin line, and it's also a very delusional state. You will be in that position where you feel you are actually doing something because you're thinking about it in your head, like, okay, um I want to crunch these goals. I want to get this task done. And because you have it at the back of your mind that you want to get it done, there is a delusional state you may fall into subtly, that you will feel you are making every move to get it done, whereas you're not doing anything. You might be on WhatsApp all day, on social media all day, checking through your friends' wall and checking other things that are entertaining to you, and you're not making any move. But deep down within you, you feel you are making the right moves. So it's a very, very, very difficult and dangerous state to be in. And since this year we are talking about process and achieving and crunching lots of goals, I feel that this video would be very, very important for you. And this video is 5 steps to take to be productive. No, we're talking about, you want to build strategic relationship, you want to build influence on the relationship, you want to leverage on it, then you want to build influence on it. Then it's all about action, action, action. It's all about moving, moving, moving. It's all about doing, doing, doing. So 5 steps to be productive, 5 steps to crunch your goals, 5 steps to make moves. Number one, do not pressure yourself into believing you're not achieving enough. Take things at a time, but don't get distracted. I've had discussion with a couple of friends recently, and I feel that this number one goal is very, very important, where I got to engage them in like discussions and conversation about progress of life and progress with whatever they're doing. And the excuses, I wouldn't want to call it excuses, but the complaint so far is they kind of feel guilty or try to blame themselves or get mad at themselves for not taking some particular actions, and that's because it's all clumsy to them. They're like, oh, I'm not doing enough, I'm not doing enough. And there is a it's actually a very, very dangerous state to be in, to feel you're not doing enough. Fine, it might be true, fine, it might not also be true, but if you push yourself to that state, you become desperate, you become frustrated, and you may continue to remain in that state, not doing anything, because you get all confused and don't know which of the things to pick to do first. So do not get to the point that you begin to believe that you're not doing enough. I talked about starting in the previous videos. I've always been emphasizing about starting. So once you start, just keep going, but don't get to the point that you convince yourself you're not doing enough. Fine, have huge dreams, have big dreams, try to like imagine something very huge, but take it one step at a time. So the next point is map out daily tasks into achievable goals. I feel this is just the basic problem. I've always been guilty of this problem. And the moment I decided to change, I think that was when I began to see lots of differences. I began to see productivity. I started getting productive, and it's just simple. Map out your goals into achievable tasks. Fine, everyone has goals. You want to become you want to earn 1 million naira, $1 million. You want to drive a Benz, you want to drive a Ferrari, you want to drive a Lamborghini, you want to become the best software developer, you want to become the best marketer. Those are goals, but map it out into achievable tasks. Achievable tasks like DMing a friend, saying hello to someone, downloading a book, sending a link to a friend, showing up somewhere, getting a book from someone. All those are achievable tasks. Like, you have to break down all these things, and it has been working for me. I have goals, very, very big goals, but I had to break them down. Part of them could be waking up in the morning and having a bath. If you're someone that works remotely, it's a task. It's a task. You need to just put yourself in that mentality. Okay, what are the things I need to do to get this goal achieved? You can use I use sticky notes on my PC, and I'm also trying to use Trello app to also like break down my workflow and be able to monitor my progress. So far so good. So Trello software is a very very good software, or you can also like use it directly from the site. So break down your goals into achievable tasks. I cannot emphasize on this enough. Break down your goals into achievable tasks. Your goals might be, okay, you want to read a book, but begin with even first getting the book. Yes, begin with first getting the book, because you might wish in your mind, oh, I want to read this book and I'm going to get it all done within a month and 2 weeks. You've not gotten the book. That's because your mind is just racing, thinking of about so many things at the same time, and you might not get anything done. Then number three, always stay positive. Fine, I would want to agree that lots of things are really, really not going well in this generation of ours. I mean, it's harder to get jobs on like the previous generations. It's harder to get things done. Social media is so bombarded with lots of attention, lots of noises, and you really need to get attention. And when you consider everything, you might want to lose the whole morale and the whole vibe and the whole energy. You have an idea, and by the time you want to execute it, you realize that there are hundreds of thousands of people executing it already, and you like lose the whole energy. I feel like, how, when will I ever get this thing done? Will I ever succeed with this thing? It happens a lot to me. First thing first, just realize that when you have an idea, have it at the back of your mind, you're not the only one having that idea. There are thousands of people thinking about the same thing you're thinking at the same time, before you thought about it and after you think about it. So just stay positive. Don't stay around people that give you bad energy. Stay away from bad energy. Stay away from bad vibe. Fine, people can constructively criticize you, but don't go for destructive criticisms. Those ones will not help you. When you come to someone and the person is like, hey, I really don't think this can work. Why? Does not have any reason. Don't stay around people like that. People that can constructively criticize you, that, oh, this is why this may not work because I've had the experience here. Why not try this way? Those are constructive criticisms. So jettison ideas that come to your mind that are in form of negative energies. Yes, jettison them, even friends. Then stay in good companies. I cannot overemphasize on this. I mean, I was once guilty of this. I was a one man moped. I think there is always this quote: if you want to go far, I really don't know how it is. If you want to go far, if you want to go faster, go alone. If you want to go far, go with friends. I'm not really sure I got that correctly, but it holds true. It's very, very true. Don't stay alone. I was an island of knowledge last year. I was just all by myself. Whenever I had an idea, I felt other people might not really understand me. Let me get this thing done. So I was always all by myself trying to do things, and I did not get it done. Sometimes I always got it wrong. So this year, we're talking about process. We're talking about being strategic. We're talking about having leverage on this relationship, and we're talking about being influential. I needed to humble myself. So whenever I had an idea or have an idea, I have some particular friends I just go contact. Hey, what's up? What do you think about this idea? What do you think? What are your opinions about it? Oh, what do you think about this thing I've worked on so far? I even had to like go down, I would call it travel down to a friend's office, and like to try to really understand what his opinion is on a particular topic. I could have just sat down on my own and walk around it. I had my own idea. I had to like table it down before a few friends, which is what I do with any idea I have now. Um, I table it down before good friends, and they tend to give their opinion. So always stay in good companies. Stay around people that have the same goals as you are. Stay around companies of the same people that have the same dream as you are. If you're a software developer, stay around software developers. If you're a writer, stay around writers. Don't go and stay around musicians or artists. Then be open to suggestions. I emphasized this in the previous point. Like, stay around good companies, but this time around, be open to suggestions. Don't be rigid. Do not be rigid. I think that's the point. Do not be rigid. Don't just like stay on one lane. This is what I want to do. You're not flexible. You're not open to suggestions. You're not open to like, we want to change this, we want to change that. With this, I feel once you get this done, you're like on your way to fast tracking your progress or whatever you want to do. And so these are 5 ways you will stay productive. 2020 is still a long way ahead. We have February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. There's still a lot of goals to crush and a lot of things to do. So stick around this page, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notification button so you get notification for whatever video I would make. And remember, this year is all about strategic relationships, influence, and also strategic relationships, leveraging, and influence. So share this with friends. Let friends get to know about this. Share this with your enemies if you have enemies, and see you around.